Hello and welcome. Today I'll be doing an episode number 59 or 100,000 of me talking about stuff that no one actually cares about. Well, if you read the title, you already know what I'm doing this episode. I'm just going to be showing you command-only items and stuff. So, word of warning, I don't know everything about all of these items and things. So if I miss things out, or even if I miss items, please don't blame me. Please do not execute me or give me the death penalty. It is not my fault, and I never claimed that I knew everything. So we're going to start off with barrier blocks. Now, barrier blocks, again, like all of these items and things I'll be showing you, command only. So to get the items, you basically just have to use the /give command, put your own username there, and type up whatever it is you want. For example, barrier blocks, and you get it. Some barrier blocks are basically just invisible blocks that you can't break in survival. So they're literally barriers. So if you do that, and if you don't have a barrier block in your hand, then they disappear and they become invisible, and you can't break them in survival, like I said before. So a pretty cool block if you want to make an invisible wall in a map or something, or like a adventure map, and they're pretty handy. So next up is the command blocks and the minecart with command blocks. Now, command blocks I don't know too much about. I've used them a few times in my time in Minecraft, but mostly I was just copying other people's codes, and 99% of the time those codes didn't even work. So basically they're kind of like advanced commands, which you can do all sorts of stuff with. Like I don't know. I'm not even going to get into it. Game mode, survival, always active, I don't know. Done, and don't know. Yeah, I do not know what it does. I hope I didn't mess up myself. But it basically just does commands. Except for you can activate those commands using redstone and other stuff. And I'm guessing that minecarts ones are basically the same, except for you can power them with powered rails and all that. So that you can have sort of like a time difference or something like that, or only activate, I don't know, but it's pretty much is what you see. Just a minecart with a command block in it. So that's it for them. Pretty boring. If you don't know how to use them, then you don't really will ever want to use them. And there's a couple of other blocks that are similar to that, but I'll be showing you soon. The thing with the minecart with command blocks is though that they can't be stacked. So that could be annoying. But then again, if you're using command blocks, you're on creative, so you don't need to stack them. So the third item is the debug stick. They also can't be stacked. But I've showed these off in a former video, so I won't get too far into it. But pretty much, they allow you to change the properties of certain blocks. For example, with stairs, with bells, and all sorts of stuff. So if you want to know more about them, you can watch my video that I did. It shows you pretty much most of the things you can do with it and how it can be useful in builds and stuff, which it can be. In fact, it's pretty much a magic wand for building if you know how to use it. So that's enough of that. The next item is the jigsaw block. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what it does. I probably should have looked more into it. But it's I'm guessing it's just one of those ones that like command blocks, I don't know what it does. And yeah. So I guess we'll not bother with that one because I don't know what it does. And then number 5, spawners. Now this is something I do know, and they're actually really cool. They everyone pretty much knows what a spawner does. It just spawns the items, and if when you use commands to get a spawner, it comes already preset to pigs. But if you want to change it, you just get an egg, and you hit it with the egg, and it changes it. Now, if you have an egg, you can do that in both survival and creative. So it means that if you make a map and you want to have the if you make it like an adventure map or something, you can use that mechanic to make your own custom spawners by giving the players items, the spawn eggs as items. So that's enough for spawners. That's spawners. This one is the structure block, and I do actually know what the structure block is for. I don't know how to use it, but I do know what it's for. It's pretty much kind of like the clone command, except for long distance, because it stores the structure that you copy. And yeah, I don't know how to actually use it, but you can save the structures, then load the structures elsewhere, and I don't really know how else to use it. But it's pretty useful because the problem with the clone command is that the blocks need to be loaded for you to copy it. So it's kind of like a way to do it without needing to load it, which is quite useful once you figure out how to use a block. So in other words, very unuseful for the standard player. So that's about it for it. And next, the last one is structure voids. Now I think structure voids are kind of like I don't know, they're kind of like, I guess, barrier blocks, but like smaller. I'm pretty sure that you use them with the structure things. Actually, what they do is that they're like barrier blocks, but if you place them around the structure or whatever, it means that you can copy that part of the structure, but without needing to do things. Like, for example, you can copy flying sand structures and all that. I don't know. I'm not that into it. I don't know what it does, but just from the name and from what I know, it's kind of like barrier blocks except with the structures. So you use it with the structure block. So that's it for the items. I know we're quite a bit through, but I've only got 2 more things to show you, and that is 2 mobs. And these are mobs that can only be put in by commands. So with the first mob is one that's been around for quite a while but never got used, and it is the giant. The giant is literally just a giant zombie, which yeah, just literally a giant zombie. Now apparently it was going to be used as a boss or something, I think, but they never ended up using it, which is pretty good because it's kind of not that good of a boss. But it's got extra health than a normal zombie, and I don't know if it does any more damage. It's pretty much just a giant zombie with some bonus health. So nothing too interesting. Now the second mob, however, is actually quite interesting, and it's one of my favourite mobs despite the fact that it was never actually put into the standard game. And it is the, hold on, let's make this dramatic, the Illusioner. Now the Illusioner was meant to be added into when they added pillagers and that and all that. I think it was meant to be like a boss for the Woodlands Mansion or something. I don't know, but it was never actually ended up being put in. So but I'll show you what it does. I'll go into survival, despite the fact that it'll probably kill me. But it's basically just fires arrows, but it's also makes illusions of itself, which which you can't actually attack. So this is going to kill me, so I better run before it actually kills me. And yeah, I personally think it was meant to be a boss, but they never actually ended up using it, which is too bad because it would have made a pretty cool boss. I mean, I think about all the things you could do if you had that same sort of illusioner power, if you could use it in commands and that, or assign it different mobs. In fact, it'd be really cool if it could do the same sort of illusion spell on surrounding mobs as well. That way you could have sort of like its minions, and that would actually be its main purpose. Because personally, it doesn't actually have that much health. Its main challenge is the fact that you can't tell which one it is, but it doesn't have much health. Now, if you kill it, you see it actually does give you the raid thingy. I don't know what to call it, but it does set off a raid. So I guess it gives you the whatever it's called, which is kind of useful, but at the same time, if it was a boss, you'd think it would be like the end thing of a raid or something, but I don't know. So that's pretty much it for all of the command only items and command only mobs. I hope you liked the video. Please excuse all the various arrows that are coming off of me. And if you did like it, give it a like. If you didn't like it, leave a harsh comment saying why you hated it. And bye.